All right. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Hopefully, you all are well. We're going to make this short and sweet as possible. You know how I like to be with my rambling. But first things first, the channel is back. I will be coming back with content. I'm not really sure when or what kind. It definitely won't be Dragon Ball Super card game openings. I'm kind of over that whole sort of stuff, but this channel will be, if I do decide to open any cards or any stuff like that, this will be the place to do it. Now, the second thing, I guess now that I finally have the time in my life to finally sit here and address this whole thing, since, you know, I think it was like last year, sometime like that, I don't know, but we all know obviously the whole faking my death sort of thing. So I guess now we're really here to address this whole situation because oh my god, at the end of the day, it's actually crazy. So, okay, first of all, I guess let me just go ahead and I guess try and start as positive as possible here and try not to drag this on, honestly, because I do not want to waste my time or yours. Because I also have to edit this later too. But okay, so I guess the at the end of the day, so sometime last year, Matches Peaches, one of my old friends, one of my old best friends, I guess I should say, made this post. I could never find the original post. I guess he made about me dying. Like I tried to scroll back into his stuff and like see it, but I could never get a screenshot of it or nothing. So I don't have the original post. I only have this follow up post of me being accused of faking my death, which is crazy. Like it is the internet at the end of the day, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. But at one point, it's just like, where the fuck is the rational thinking? Like, honestly, like, I am such a creative and I guess I'm not gonna sit here and like gloat on myself or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm a very creative person. So like people thinking that I needed to fake my death for clout, like when have I ever cared about clout? Ever in the history of my channel. I have never once cared about clout. Ever. It's always been about the fun. It's what this whole channel was about. And honestly disappoints me a little bit because it's just like, dang, not one. I mean, there were some of you who honestly used some rational thinking and like actually kind of thought about the situation and just wasn't just being spoon fed and just eating what you were spoon fed. Because, I mean, really, at the end of the day, if you really think about it, faking my death to blow up my channel, that has got to be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of. Like, really? That's the best thing I could come up with. The dude who damn near inspired a whole fucking like genre of motherfuckers over here. I'm not gonna say because I was inspired by Unlisted Leave originally, but the way I did things, people copied that shit, and people even admitted that. Goddess Rare herself said that she was inspired by me, and it's me BG and stuff like that. I'm sorry to drag you into this, Goddess Rare. It's not, none of this has to do with the whole other situation of the death thing, but God, another thing too with that, like, oh yeah, we'll touch more on that later, but because I feel like I need to really paint the whole picture here for people to really understand this. Because I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, really the whole faking my death thing, that was Matches Peaches just honestly trying to cover his ass at the end of the day. Because first of all, him, okay, God, I really don't want this. I'm really not trying to sit here and like stew some sob story or some bullshit like that. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you guys. If you choose to accept the truth, then accept it. If you choose to deny, and if you want to, whatever scenario or situation you've made up in your head about it, and you just want to run with it, that's totally fine too. Because at the end of the day, after I make this video, I'm going to keep going on about my life. I'm going to keep making content. I'm going to keep having a great time doing it. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to let this bother me anymore. Because really, I shouldn't have in the first place. I really shouldn't have. But I was just not in the time or the place to worry about that. I had way too much going on. But now that's not the case anymore. So now I can finally address this and finally air out the freaking closet, because, you know, this whole situation is just utterly ridiculous. So let's get to facts here. So originally, the whole thing of me being dead, that originated with Matches Peaches. He started that rumor. He was the one who went on the internet and told everyone that I died. He did. Nobody else, just him. He started that rumor. He was, which, by the way, is illegal. That is illegal to do that. This is just a person I met over the internet who I formed a friendship and a bond with. We are not blood related. I've never met him in person. Ever. Can we take a second and think about that? Like, have some of you, like, don't get me wrong, like, you make friends over the internet and stuff, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get into why. We'll get into stuff. We'll get more into this. Don't worry. I have plenty of evidence. Trust me. You guys are going to see my side of things, and it's okay. You know, I've already forgiven everyone, because I understand. The way the whole situation happened, crazy. It worked out for Matches Peaches, but now we're about to bring, that's a much better angle, there we go. But we're about to bring the light of all this. I mean, at the end of the day, like, some of you may not see it the way I saw it, and that's totally fine, but I'm still going to speak my part, because we've only heard one side of the story, and everyone's just ran with it, which is fine, because I'm used to that. I've dealt with that my whole life, so I feel like this why this hasn't bothered me as much. But anyway, needless to say, Matches Peaches started this rumor that I died because I had no contact with him, and he reached out to somebody on Instagram, and they told him that I passed away. And I guess somebody else told him that as well. So 2 sources from Instagram, not my family members, not, you know, anyone like that of my, you know, family, close relatives, anything like that. Just 2 random people who worked with me at Walmart on my Instagram account, who no longer worked at Walmart currently with me at that time, but they were on my Instagram account because obviously people knew about my YouTube who worked with us, because you live in a small town, someone makes YouTube content, has, you know, very successful, I wouldn't say very successful, but like, you know, it did stuff. And so people obviously are going to talk about that. And so at the end of the day, obviously everyone knew about that. And I obviously would add people on my Instagram, because my Facebook was my personal stuff, and my Instagram was like for my fans, you know, stuff like that. And whenever I would have people who I would meet through work who I imagine I would not be seeing in a month's time, because they would either wouldn't cut it, would get fired, or just wouldn't call, like no call, no show one day. So I got tired of adding people to my personal Facebook just for them to never show up again. Now I got them all in my personal shit just to unfriend them later and make it awkward. So I just started adding those people to my Instagram. So again, let's get back to where we are. So now that we have that little bit of factoid, let's eat that up. Okay, we ate that up, good. Matches Peaches started the rumor that I died because he talked to 2 random people on Instagram and told him that I died. So he took that information, not close relatives, not anyone in my family, 2 random people on Instagram, got information, ran to the internet and posted. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to wholeheartedly believe that he was just concerned for one of his friends. I totally understand that. I see that perspective. I understand it. I respect it. But there's also a line. Again, illegal. Because if you want to look it up yourself, go ahead, look it up. It is illegal. At least here in Oklahoma it is. If you were not related to or like married to the person, you cannot be publicly posting about their well-being or stuff of that manner on social media or the internet. So I mean, really, if I wanted to, I could really like go to court and all that bullshit, but I just didn't want to deal with this man any more than what I already had to. So now, I know back in the previous video, I said how the dude made me uncomfortable, you know, stuff like that. And I understand some of you were, because I was seeing the comments. I know some of you were sitting there saying, what the, oh my God, this guy is so pathetic, blah, 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 excuse, whatever. At the end of the day, I was just being honest with you guys. I really was. And you'll see why. Trust me. Like I said, evidence, I got it. So don't worry, we'll get to that. But needless to say, again, let's make sure we're all on the same page here. Matches Peaches started rumor. 2 random people on the internet took it, ran with it, posted, said I died. And then once I wasn't dead, once I updated a picture on my Facebook just living my life, and I guess somebody from YouTube, I'm not really sure who, because I wasn't really that pressed about it, but at the same time, I guess they went and ran to Matches Peaches being like, look, he's still alive. You lied. Now, if you went on the internet and you said one of your friends died and someone came to you and said they didn't, are you not going to panic and want to cover your ass? So what's the first thing you do? Let's blame the other motherfucker. He's faking it. He faked it. He faked it. He's doing it for clout. Says the one who started the rumor about me dying. Which, by the way, is crazy. Like, holy shit. That's crazy. And then, so again, Matches Pizza started a rumor. 2 random people on Instagram took that, ran with it, boom. Did not fact check it, did not look up for anything like that, nothing. Just took that information, ran with it. I don't know about you, but that sounds like some fucking clout chasing. Well, and I mean, it worked. His channel's doing great. Congratulations, brother. If you see this video, congratulations. 20K, 22K. Let's go. Congratulations, and congratulations on the marriage as well. If that still went through, hopefully it did. Anyway, enough of that. So, Matches Peaches started a rumor. 2 random people on Instagram ran with that. Found out I wasn't dead. Shocker. Blamed me for faking my death. Because I posted that. Because I told you guys I died. Because, that's how that works apparently. Someone else posts you about you dying. And you're faking your death. So that's how that works apparently. I am so talented. Do you see how talented I am? What I was talking about? Like, I'm not being egotistical, because I literally did nothing. And here I am, being a clout chaser. Oh my God. Just hearing myself say it out loud, I'm just like, wow. Not one of these motherfuckers was just like, something about this ain't right. Anyway, back to seriousness here. So he did all that. Now again, like I said, this man made me kind of uncomfortable towards the end, because I felt like he was just kind of like in love with me, like genuinely in love with me. Now I understand friendship, love, but it just felt like it was a little bit more than that. Like it was like a little homosexual gay, and like I'm not into men at all. I like women, and only women. That's it. And oh man, see, like, oh. And I don't know, man. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you don't want to accuse someone of that, because, like, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I met this dude through my YouTube channel. He just happened to be in my comment section and stuff. Next thing I know, he was like, hey, hit me up sometime. I hit him up on Instagram. He would help me out. And I don't let it go without saying that he helped me a lot. He was one of my best friends that I ever had. He really was. And I really, really appreciated him. And so at the end of the day, yeah, it does kind of hurt a little bit to sit here and say some of this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just how I felt. And you guys will get to see it here momentarily. I know I'm prolonging it. I know we're at 14 minutes, but this is just a situation we don't just skip through details for, okay? You're going to sit down. You're going to sit there and talk the shit. You're going to sit the fuck down. You're going to fucking listen, okay? That's what we're doing. So anyway, I'm not monetized anymore, so I can say what the fuck I want. Obviously, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be crazy. Like, Jesus. I'm not going to bring up a bridge or nothing, but... Sorry, I've been watching... Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, like I said, dude was one of my best friends. And you know, there was a time where like me and him were like this. We were, and I was, you know, I was there for him for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we were there for each other for shit. But then there was just certain times where he was just crossing lines, man. He was just crossing lines. And there were times, and I would, you know what? Enough blabbing. Enough fucking blabbing. I have went through all of our conversations over the past, I don't know how many years it was, but I have sat here and I took, I don't know how many days, I think it was like 2 weeks. I was sitting there scrolling through shit. Now this is, mind you, this is only text messages. This is not Instagram. This is not Discord. So there's probably so much more from there. But I feel like you guys will get the picture just enough from this. Now, I did try to keep these in like chronological order, but for the life of me, I cannot. There are so fucking many. I, for the life of me, cannot be bothered to sit here and try to fucking number each and every single one of these. So they are going to be a little scattered, but just understand, like, I don't mind being buddy with somebody, but then there's just certain times where it's a little too much. You know, like certain comments, certain things, stuff like that. It's just a little too much. Now, enough of me talking for I don't know how long the video is about to be, because it's at 16 minutes for me right now. I'm about to transition into all of this stuff. But here is all of our conversations. Everything that I took a screenshot of was either something that either made me uncomfortable, was proof of either me showing that like I would stop talking to him and he would just keep reaching out, no matter what I did. If I tried to cut him off, try to distance myself, it's like I didn't have a choice but to be his friend. And there's a certain point where it's like, I'm a grown-ass man. If I don't want somebody in my life, they don't have to be in my fucking life. Do I have to explain that to them? No, I fucking don't. If I gave them the courtesy to, yeah, but at the same time, when you're pushing someone's fucking buttons, crossing fucking lines that have been fucking redrawn multiple fucking times, you get tired of saying this shit. Now, enough fucking talking. Here's all the situations of just me either, you know, and there's even times where I even told him this, okay? And then, anyway, here you go. Now you can all see it for your fucking selves. Now you can swallow the fucking pill or not swallow the fucking pill. That's up to you guys. Now, transition away. All right, so there you have it. You guys saw all of our text messages for yourselves. I'm really not going to make this video any longer than I really need to. I feel like I've said everything and shown everything that I've needed to say and or show. Side note here, I just wanted to add in as I was rewatching the video here. I just wanted to add in because I forgot to mention this and felt like it was very important for me to add, which was just the fact that like whenever you guys would see us record videos, you know, like obviously that was us being like professional and stuff like that. Like, you know, and don't get me wrong, there were times where I got excited, obviously, to record those videos with him, but then there were times where it just felt like an excuse for me to come around and talk with him and shit like that. Because as you guys saw from the text messages, I haven't seen him in a while myself, so going back through and seeing some of them, like the dude just constantly telling me he loved me, constantly asking to see my dick, or just saying some weird shit, like, you know, just stuff like that. Like, it was just like to a certain degree I can understand, and you can even see in one of the screenshots where I even tell him like, hey, like, you need to chill. Like, we went periods, like long periods of time without talking to each other, and I would just try to go without like, you know, be like interacting with him. But then he would buy me gifts, he would buy me stuff to open on my channel, you know, just constantly trying to keep me trying to like feel like try to keep me stuck. Like, oh, I bought him stuff, he has to feel guilty, you know. And then the whole other thing too that I forgot to mention was the fact that he knew that I wanted to take a break. He knew that I wanted to step away from my channel towards the end there. Like, after I made that G Fuel video, I told him how I wanted to step away. I wanted to take a break. I was getting so burnt out. I was getting so tired of making content. I needed to do something else. I needed to step away for a while. And he knew that. He didn't want me to. He wanted me to keep making content. He said, keep making stuff. Keep making content. Keep doing that stuff. Like, don't stop. But he himself also, you know, took a whole year-long break himself at one point on his, you know, YouTube career, and then came back, and now he's doing better than ever. And it's just like the fact that like I wanted to do it too, and it was like a big deal and a sin. You know, that's another reason why I wanted to stop talking to him, because he was always trying to tell me what to do with my life, my channel, my relationships, you know, just everything. Like, always trying to micromanage me, and that shit gets so annoying. It gets so annoying. You get to a point where you just don't want to fucking deal with someone who wants to try to tell you how to do every little aspect of your life. And like, don't get me wrong, like I mentioned in the early beginnings of this video, he helped me out a lot, and I was very grateful for that. But once I got my bearings, it's like he was like an overprotective parent, and like trying to act like he, you know, like, don't get me wrong, like I understand helping somebody out, but then you're over here acting like you're my fucking pops, or like you're my fucking dad or my fucking mom at some point, man. Like, it just got so ridiculous. It got so ridiculous. I forgot to mention these couple of factoids I felt like were very important that I wanted to mention early on in the video. But anyway, here's what Past Me has for us to say. Anyway, at least regarding this, at least as from the top of my head, at least what I can think of right now, I feel like I've gotten everything off my chest about it. Well, I guess there is a couple more things I do need to say. I just want to apologize to you guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, like, at this, like genuinely, like, I know some of you guys want to just hear this, but at the end of the day, like, I am sorry. Like, I'm sorry this situation got you guys hurt. So I can definitely tell that you guys really cared about me. And am I going to sit here and beg for your forgiveness? Am I going to sit here and expect you guys to do this and that? No, I'm not. Because at the end of the day, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell my side of the story. I'm here to apologize for me not jumping in sooner. Because I won't lie, I did see it. Eventually, I did see it. And there was a part of me that was just like, what do I do at this point? I wish I would have caught it sooner. Because I genuinely did. I was so burnt out, so tired, and just wanted to step away. And I feel like Matches Peaches took advantage of that. Because at the end of the day, I don't have any family. And he knows that. He knows that. He knows my mother's in prison. He knows I don't talk to my father. He's not in my life. My mother's side of the family disowned me. after she went to prison for murdering her fiance. So at the end of the day, like, it's just me. Just me by myself. That's it. So, take that as you will. It's not an excuse at the end of the day. But it is my situation. And I feel like he kind of took advantage of that a little bit. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. That's not for me to say. But that is all I have to say for all of you. But appreciate y'all for watching. If you stick around, you stick around. As you can see, I did move again. I will probably be making a new video on this room that I'm in right now, because this is my collection room now. So once I get it all figured out and taken care of, definitely get that video out. And then maybe when I get some Pokemon cards open, might open some of those on the channel. Who knows? This channel, I don't expect a whole bunch of content, but I am working on something else in the shadows. But appreciate you all. Have a good one. And no, I'm not gonna do the dance. Alright, y'all. Have a good day. Appreciate y'all for watching. At the end of the day, take what you want. Accept it. Don't accept it. Believe me. Don't believe me. At the end of the day, I'm moving on with my life about it. I'm not letting this situation hold me back, especially with how good at fucking making videos and stuff I am. Like, I'm not letting this hold me back from what I'm good at. So either, I really don't know what to say without being rude. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Have a good one.